Impact Slammiversary 2022 took place last night, and as always with these Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, there was a lot of debuts and returns to discuss. But there was especially a lot with this show because it was the 20th anniversary show, so they pulled out all the stops for it. We first saw the return of the Reverse Battle Royale, which first of all, that was a return in itself. Seeing that again in Impact was just kind of crazy to me, like, wow. But to be fair, if there's any day and age where the Reverse Battle Royale will work, it's now. Like, it definitely didn't work back then, but maybe it could work now. Don't get me wrong, it's still stupid, but if there's any day and age it will work, it's wrestling in its modern form. A lot of debuts and returns to go through on this. Aiden Prince, Mike Jackson, Nate Webb, Shogun, Slash, Chase Stevens, and Shark Boy, who was actually the winner. Also David Young was there as well. A lot of NWA TNA guys coming into this match for the 20th anniversary, which I thought was really cool. But like I said, Shark Boy got the win, and I think that was great because Shark Boy really is an encapsulation of old school TNA. Like, TNA was the only place you'd find a wrestler like him. We then saw two returns in the Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. First of all, the Ultimate X actually returned, so I guess there was 3 returns technically. We saw Alex Zane, formerly known as R.E. Sterling in WWE. He's wrestled a bit for Impact in 2021. He came back for this Ultimate X match and was a great addition. And we were meant to see Jack Evans, however he had to pull out due to injury. And instead, we got Andrew Everett, which is a really pleasant surprise. Andrew Everett has been killing it recently with DPW amongst his other work, and it was really great to see him back in Impact. He is, of course, a former tag team champion with DJZ, and again, a really welcome surprise, and these matches are made for him. Andrew Everett is an X Division guy through and through. If he was in Prime TNA X Division, he would have been one of the best, no doubt. How about we discuss the video messages with the two people who I'm definitely putting in the thumbnail to get some more views. Sting and AJ Styles both appeared on these shows with pre-recorded messages just talking about how much TNA means to them because it's the 20th anniversary of Impact Wrestling, and I thought that was really mad. An AEW contracted wrestler, a WWE contracted wrestler appearing on Impact. Like, that's pretty unforeseen, and it's two very big major names as well, two of the best people TNA has ever seen, and I thought it was really cool that they did that with this show. Would have loved to see some more, maybe like Samoa Joe, maybe Christian Cage, Daniels would have been great. Heck, get Hogan to talk about the awful Hogan era. Why the hell not? Get him there. But yeah, a really nice touch seeing both those guys appear on this show. Two of the best guys that TNA/Impact has ever seen. I mean, AJ objectively is the best guy they've ever seen. But yeah, just really, really awesome stuff to see these two on the show. Dixie Carter made an appearance on the show as well, which was apparently like set to happen, but I just didn't realize that it was happening. So this was Dixie Carter's official return to Impact Wrestling Broadcasting. She, believe it or not, is still a minority owner in the company, no longer a majority owner. But you know what? It was a really nice touch to see Dixie on here. As much crap as we might want to give Dixie for her management of old school TNA and things like that, I've always said this, she believed in the product. Like, she really believed in TNA. She put a lot of money into it and did what she could. And I have respect for Dixie for that reason, for the fact she really did believe in TNA. Like, I think all in all, she was a great owner for the company, despite the fact that she got maybe a bit too involved in the storyline side and the wrestling side. She was a good owner for the company, I think. America's Most Wanted made an appearance. That was so awesome to see. James Storm and Chris Harris, the Wildcat, the Cowboy James Storm, one of the greatest TNA tag teams of all time. WWE, please free Bobby Roode from the shackles that is your company and let us have a Beer Money reunion. Let these three be a trio. America's Most Wanted Beer Money. I think that's pretty cool. I think that would sell. That would draw. Book that now, Dixie, if you're still making booking decisions. I don't think you are. But really refreshing to see America's Most Wanted pave the way for tag teams outside of WWE. Multi-time Impact Tag Team Champions and just trailblazers for the company. So they deserve an appearance on this show. We had the Honor No More versus Impact Originals tag team match, and Impact Originals was made up of Motor City Machine Guns, Kazarian, Nick Aldis, who I don't know if that was a return or not, but Nick Aldis was there, so that was really great to see Nick Aldis there, and him not be called Magnus. You know, it's really great because when he was Magnus, people couldn't stand him. They didn't want him on TV. He's came back as Nick Aldis, this new evolved form of himself, and he's a fantastic wrestler, and no one's really against having him on TV. But the 5th mystery member for Team Impact Originals was none other than Davey Richards, one half of the other team captain's tag team, the American Wolves, that being Eddie Edwards, of course. They were a great tag team, those two. They also feuded for the world title in a really fun feud, and they are just an all-timer team in TNA. Seeing Davey Richards back again in Impact Wrestling was very surprising. But he's been doing really well for himself since returning. Obviously, he came to MLW, and he's just been appearing all across the indie scene in America. And again, a very welcome surprise to see Davey Richards at the Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2022 pay-per-view. Another very random appearance was Tracy Brooks, one of the first TNA knockouts, I guess, technically. Obviously, she was involved with Bobby Roode way back in the day. I remember when they feuded with Booker T and Sharmell. But it was cool to see Tracy. Again, she's a TNA original, someone who really encapsulates, old TNA, and it was very nostalgic seeing her. She was a bit of a forgotten name and very underrated. So, big ups Tracy Brooks. It was fantastic seeing you on this show today. And the final person who returned was Earl Hebner, which, given the recent news about Brian Hebner unfortunately passing away, really great to see Earl. Earl Hebner, perhaps one of the greatest referees ever, also has an all-timer Twitter account, including tweets such as, "My daughter wants to be a TNA knockout. I'll show her a knockout. I'll punch her in the face." Just fantastic content, just through and through from Earl Hebner's Twitter account. And again, he's a guy that is just TNA through and through. He was there from the very start of TNA and was there for ages to come. All we need now is for Slick Johnson to come in and do a storyline with Madison Rayne. That's all we need to get back these old Impact Wrestling referees, but Earl Hebner was really great to see. And overall, this show was really good for its returns. I would love to see some more older TNA guys getting names more synonymous with TNA, but I thought Davey Richards, Tracy Brooks, Andrew Everett, America's Most Wanted, in fact, just everyone on this list was a good list of returns and debuts as well on the show. In fact, I don't think there even was any debuts. I think it was just all returns. So, yeah, either way, great stuff. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought of Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2022 in the comments down below. I wonder who is going to appear at Impact soon. There's still loads of free agents that they'll be able to sign. Gargano, Candice LeRae, people that could potentially appear. Bray Wyatt is still on the talks for Impact. And yeah, it was a really fun show. So big ups to them for that. That's it from me. I've been Top 10 Wrestling. Goodbye and keep on rolling.